Says it's bad. Hey guys, in theory we're live once again. We don't know. So now we're testing the audio again. If anybody who saw the previous attempt at a stream for 5 minutes, could you tell us if the audio is any better this time? Because we don't know. I know we're live now. Can you hear us?
Yeah, let us know. No more echo.
No more echo.
Thank goodness.
It's fixed? For reals?
Yeah,
we're good?
He's like, yay. No
okay,
echo. Way better.
We don't know what the problem is. I just ended the stream and started a new one.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to start over. Hey! Let me do the elevator pitch version of everything that's going on for those who missed. Hi, I'm Adam. I'm sure you guys know that because you're subscribed to my channel. This is Radical Reggie. I'm sure a hell of a lot of you guys know him.
How you guys doing?
I want to thank him very much for being here. Today is my birthday, and I like to do streams on my birthday because it's just kind of fun. However, today was a little unique because he and I are here for a convention in Sacramento, California, called Sac Gamers Expo. We're at our buddy Kyle's house right now, who was cool enough to host us here to at least let us do the stream. And cool enough, we were just chatting about the stream today, and he actually bought a webcam for me so that the stream would be even better.
Right.
So yeah, here we are. That's why the video is better than usual. So thank you, Kyle, for doing that. He nodded. And so yeah, basically all we're here to do is hang out with you guys for a couple hours. Take some questions. Obviously, it's a Q&A. Anybody who donates or super chats or whatever will prioritize your questions, although it's not a requirement. And however, somebody actually did when
Ryan Kimball.
Ryan Kimball did, and he didn't leave a question though. So I don't know, but thank you very much, Ryan Kimball, for doing that. But yeah, anyway, if you want to do PayPal, which is preference, it's in the description. If not, super chat's always welcome too. But yeah, sorry. Go on.
So
we were telling a story about the PlayStation Classic. Let's start over.
Yeah, let's start over. So pretty much, as you guys see in the thumbnail, we are holding a PlayStation Classic system, and it was funny because as we were going to get the webcam from Best Buy, I noticed the PlayStation Classic was available. There's a bunch of them available, not sold out or anything. And one of the boxes, Adam noticed, had a it was like
the red open box sticker that Best Buy does.
Somebody had returned their system, which was pretty hilarious, and not only that, the box was beat up, and it was only like $5 off.
Yeah, you could look at that box, and unfortunately we didn't get a good photo of it that way, but you could look at the box and tell whoever bought it just he flipped that thing back into the box.
Yeah,
they were like, no, this thing sucks, and they must have went in there angry, demanding their money back.
Seriously,
because there's no way that thing should have been for sale. Super chat from Richard R. Thank you. Happy birthday, Adam and Reggie. Love your channel. How do you guys feel about how Shenmue 3 is going? Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I talked to Corey yesterday. He just started doing the English dub, not yesterday, but the day before that. So I'm excited, man. Obviously, Shenmue super fan. Kyle, do you have that thing I gave you?
Me for Shenmue 3, I'm not as excited.
Oh yeah, it's my game.
It's here's a funny story with me and Shenmue. So when I went to Korea, and Korea was great. I found a lot of cool games and everything. But after the 9/11 attacks happened, we had to pull this extensive extra guard. So we didn't really have off time that much. We went to work, pulled extra guard, came back home, and all we did was stay in the barracks because we couldn't really leave the post. So somebody had actually got Shenmue 2 for Dreamcast before it was released, and they gave it to me. So I was playing the game before it was released, and there was a problem with it though, because when you get to the third disc, it would freeze. So
Disc 3 is known for that.
Okay, I didn't know that, so I could never finish it. And then the Dreamcast version was going to come out. Oh, nice, dude.
Yep.
And of course that got canceled. So I was really put off by the game. But then about a year later, I got the PAL version and was able to play that and beat the game and enjoyed it. Now, a lot of you know that Shenmue 2 has one of the most epic. The last chapter is probably one of the most epic chapters in the game. So you look forward to the next game after that, and of course the delay. 13. How long has it been since Shenmue 2?
2001.
Wow. So
the same year as 9/11.
Yeah. So it's dude. I kind of fell out because it's been so long.
Right.
But I think once 3 comes out, I think I'll pick it up again. Maybe we'll see how it goes.
It's funny that he's talking about how Shenmue 2 never came to the U.S. on Dreamcast, because what did this dude give me when I saw him today? He gave me this. I hope it's okay that I'm showing this. This is a fan-made version with full artwork of Shenmue 2 for Dreamcast. This contains the English dub from the Xbox version with the Dreamcast build, obviously, the PAL build. So it's got custom artwork, and it's funny, it actually uses the Shenmue, I'll get that in a second, the Shenmue 3 artwork for the disc. Yep. And so Reggie, thank you very much for hooking
you're
up
welcome.
with this.
And that's pretty much what Shenmue would have been on Dreamcast. If
it would have been very similar to this, but so it's just cool to add that to my increasingly psychotically huge Shenmue collection. And speaking of which, I actually got this for Kyle. This is from Yokosuka. Funny enough, from where Shenmue takes place in Japan. It's an actual guide map. They're giving these away for free. There's 3 different ones. Everybody recognize that noise? If you're a 90s pirate, you know that noise.
One of the happiest sounds ever.
Yes. Yay, it didn't fail. Anyway, so if you... So they have 3 of these they're giving away, and this is the newer one they did this year that's just for the Japanese audience, but I was just there, so I brought back one of these for my buddy Kyle over there, so he was cool enough to let me hold it here on camera for you guys, and I'll hook him up with that in a bit. So yes, thank you Richard very much for the super chat, and we got another PayPal donation here from Joshua Finzi. Says, hey guys, happy birthday Adam. So Psychonauts 2, what are your thoughts? And there's a very slightly delayed echo again, but it's not as bad as a few minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about the audio. It's unfortunate. It's just what it is.
Just hang in there with us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I mean, dude, it's my channel. Stuff's never really technically like superior. It's like I can do a pretty decent review of something when I really get into it, but for some reason when it comes to actual like live content or my actual camera, it's like I live in the 90s. So it's an odd juxtaposition. But yeah, so Psychonauts 2. It's funny. I actually just brought Kyle a copy of Psychonauts for Xbox.
Yeah, he's got a copy.
No, I haven't been following much with Psychonauts 2. Do you know much about it?
Not really. I haven't really been following it. All I could think about in Psychonauts is how hard the final level was in the original game, which was annoying. But I'm happy it's getting a second game, man, because that game definitely deserves it. It just didn't get a lot of love, the first one, but I hear production is going smooth for it so far. So
good. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have much else to say about that. But thank you, Joshua. Oh, by the way, Fox is in here.
The Fox is here, man.
Yeah, it's Steele's father. He keeps showing up. He's our buddy. It's yeah, he's cool dude. Big, really enjoys both of us. So it's kind of cool that we're both here on the stream at the same time for him. But anyway, yes, keep the questions coming. Are you excited for the new Far Cry? Oh hell yes!
It's actually a continuation of the 5th.
Yeah, did you watch the trailer? Okay, watch the trailer.
Okay,
but
I saw the
cover
trailer.
Your ears.
Okay.
It takes place, I think, according to the trailer, like 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5.
Oh wow!
It's an immediate follow-up.
That's cool.
The thing that even surprised me, and I say that because I work with Ubisoft a lot, and I didn't even know this shit. It's coming out on February 15th. It's only like 2 months away.
Damn, they're not messing around.
Yeah, which I assume I'll be able to play it in January. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it'll be kind of like Far Cry Primal in that it's gonna probably, let's keep it real, it's probably gonna use a lot of assets of the previous game. But in this case, rather than being some spin-off that had nothing to do with Far Cry 4, it will logically make sense. Like, of course, you're going to retain the map assets of Hope County, Montana. It takes place there.
Well, it's such a big city. I mean, well, you know, it's a big environment, so they might as well expand on it more. Out of the Far Cry games, though, like I've only played the 3rd one, man. I mean,
you should play.
Okay.
I mean, everybody says Far Cry 3 is like the best one, but
that villain was insane.
Yeah, that exactly as everybody says. Yeah. But Far Cry 4 was the one that made me fall in love with the franchise. I really like Primal, and I really like 5. So yeah, I'm definitely on board. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, you pick a question.
All right,
I can always scroll up if you want.
Oh, he's got a happy birthday, Adam.
Oh yeah, you're probably get a lot of those. But thank you very much, everybody.
Let's see here.
And yes, it's my birthday. People were actually thought it was your birthday.
Oh,
but I got in before the show started. It was way more of, is it Reggie's birthday? It's like, dude, if it was Reggie's birthday, we'd do this on his channel.
Have you played Far Cry 2?
No.
Far Cry 2 was that one was pretty unique where the enemy, well, I'll spoil it if I say anymore, but yeah, that one was pretty unique. I do like Far Cry 2.
Now, again, I haven't played either, but I've heard the same thing. Like, Far Cry 2 was just the different one. They tried to get kind of like the way Zelda 2 is the different
like the
one.
Black Sheep kind of.
Yeah.
It's still a good game, though, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got here.
I'm surprised they're making a new Mutant League football game like 25 years later. So, I actually played that.
How was it?
I played that at E3. Mm-hmm. They actually got the guy who did the announcements for NFL Blitz.
Really?
Yeah, that sold it to me in an instant because I'm like, I hate NFL. I don't care about hand egg. I never did, never will. But NFL Blitz, I thought was fun. So you take Mutant League football and combine it with that, and if it's like the exact same like Midway style, like 2000 era gameplay, even I would be on board. And that says something because I hate hand egg.
Let's see what else we got here. PS1 in each game for sure. Okay, he's talking to somebody else.
And yes, I did 32 today.
Someone says PlayStation Classic is not worth it. Do you agree with them?
Of course. I mean, again, look at our thumbnail.
I know, right? The PlayStation Classic, man.
I would not, dude. In all seriousness, you offer me one of those for free right now, I'm gonna give it back to you. Like, I don't want one.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. Like, I don't care.
One of my friends offered to send me one, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Save your money because it's just like...
Yeah, that's $100 you don't need to spend.
Yeah, it's... I don't really want to talk... Let's not talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Yeah, no, he's right.
Let's see what else we got here. All right. Oh, age reveal. Did you reveal your age?
Yeah, I said it was 32. That's not even a secret.
Oh, okay. You're asking like, oh.
Dude, look at my IMDb. Like, it's fine. It's not a secret.
Mortal Kombat 11. What do you think about that, man? Oh, yeah.
We talked about it a little bit. I told him I was more of a Mortal Kombat guy like when I was 9. I'm 32. Nothing against Mortal Kombat. In fact, the guy who played Sub-Zero originally, John Turk, is a friend of mine. Like, I'm a fan of the franchise, but like, it just didn't. I didn't retain it. I didn't stick with it.
Here's a question: what was the most disappointing game for you? And let's go by
Twisted Metal 3.
Wow, that's a good one.
That ripped the heart out of a franchise for me.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
After what the success part 2 was.
Oh yeah.
They went cheap on 3.
Oh yeah. Well, they hired a completely different studio.
Why would they do that?
They disbanded Single Track for whatever reason, and then they put 989 Studios in there. 989 Studios ripped the heart out of that franchise. But it was one of the things Sony did that was really great. At one point, is they forced 989 Studios to shut down because they were like, "You are the stamp of crap. You're like the LJN for PlayStation." I kept that. I found it in PlayStation Magazine, an article that said they'd forced them to shut down. I clipped it out. It's still on the door of the room I grew up in the house.
Okay.
It's still sitting there. Because they were so bad, dude. There used to be official PlayStation Magazine used to have a segment at the bottom of one of their like pages, which was called the 989 Glitch of the Month, and they would just take frames showing you a glitch in action. And my favorite ever was they used to make some of the sports games, and they had one where like it was a basketball game, and a guy was like going to take the shot. He was like going up for a dunk, and all of a sudden he went through the floor and then popped out the other side, and they were like, "This is 989."
That's hilarious, dude. Well, the thing with 989, I do like they're the creators of Siphon Filter, right?
They were publishers.
Oh, they were just.
I think they were just the publishers. I don't think they were the developers.
Oh, I did not know.
But yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Siphon Filter. People love to bring that up, but I think they were just the publishers in that case. I don't think they actually developed that. And if they did, even a broken clock's right once or twice a day. Wow. Depending on the type of clock. But yes.
Twisted Metal 3. What was good about Twisted Metal, though, even though Part 2 is the best one, what's considered the true Part 3 is actually Twisted Metal Head On, if you guys have ever played that.
You don't think Black is considered the third one? Then?
Well, the way that Head On kind of does the cinematic endings and the second one, that's why it feels more of a true sequel.
Twisted Metal Black had that.
Did it?
Yeah, it even had the mid-cut scenes, and it had the front scenes, mid-scene, and end scene.
Twisted
Metal Black is the real 3, and Twisted Metal Head On, I'll agree with you, is the real 4.
Okay.
The actual 4 is ridiculous.
Oh, okay, cool.
But at least Small Brawl knew it was a joke.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, everybody forgets about that one. At least that one knew it was a joke.
Right.
3 and 4 were canon. They were like the Superman 3 and 4 of that universe. Like, and then they retconned it. Like, no, that never happened. What are you talking about?
Superman 4, dude. Oh
yeah, exactly. Dude, I'll take Superman 4 over Superman 3 any day of the week.
Yeah, man. The whole, I don't know what it was about Part 3, man, but I thought it was just kind of like Richard Pryor.
Dude, it's a Richard Pryor movie where Superman's a third tier in his own film.
Exactly.
And then the villain is like a supercomputer and like a bunch of hackers, and it's just like, what is this movie? What are you doing?
Dude.
Oh, and by the way, Superman's in it.
Yeah, guest starring Superman in his own movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Wii U or Xbox 360? Huh.
Well, okay. I have more fun with the Wii U. All right, let me preface this. This is more. It's not that you can't just get snap Thanos style and give me a simple answer. No, Wii U I have more love for because it's like a fun, more like package deal to collect for and stuff like that. But what am I going to have more memories out of? What am I realistically going to sink more hours into? 360. So I guess if you're forcing me to pick, I'm going Xbox 360.
There you go. Okay.
What about you?
I'm going with 360 to shoot 'em up. So I love those on there. So the Wii U is a good system too. I think people are going to really be looking for that system in the future.
Give it time, but the Wii U, that's going to be a collector's wet dream in a few years.
Definitely.
Granted, the only flaw when it comes to the Wii U, like a lot of people compare it. We're talking about collector's context. Is a lot of people compare it to the Saturn, and I used to say that a lot. But the only difference is Sega never ported a lot of the Saturn's best stuff away from it, whereas Nintendo is mining that thing to the point where Hello Kitty Cruisers isn't even exclusive to it anymore. So it's like there's not a whole lot on it you can only get on it. But then again, it's still Nintendo. It's still an official product by them. People are going to go after that console at some point.
Someone's asking Alex to say, and how close are you to complete a North American Sega Saturn collection?
Not that close. There was a time. No, seriously, Kyle just gave me this look.
Yeah.
There was a time where I was super into getting the Sega Saturn. Like, I was like, dude, I'm going to go for a full North American set. Because it's only like 244 games.
Yeah.
So the reason I thought that was possible was because of this one score. And you go back on my channel like to 2010, 2011, you'll see this video where I got a tip from a buddy who lived in Michigan, and he'd gone down to Indiana. He's like, there's this store in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they have like every Sega Saturn game, and they're all like $5 each. They can't get rid of them. And I was like, bullshit. He's like, he shows me a photo. It blew my mind. I had never seen that before. So I was like, how far is it? Look, it's a 2.5 hour drive. And I was like, fuck, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
so I sit there, I make the video. The video opens with me telling that story. I'm like, I'm on my way. And then I go there, and I get footage. I come back with like 88 games. Damn. And I like, and it was like every 6th game was free. And they were... This was cool because they were like, you can take, the cheapest of the 6. And so I was smart enough to take like, all right, let's take the 6 most expensive, put them in one transaction, then the 6, then like on that. And the guy was like, the employee was like, dude, I know what you're doing. I'm not stupid. But at the same time, he's like, I'm not going to try and screw you on this. So just I got you, but don't make me do like 20 individual transactions. I'll give you the deal, just don't do this to me. And I was like, all right. So anyway, so I walked away with that like 88 games, and at that point I had like, I don't know, 20 something.
Right.
So, then I was knocking off a few here and there, and I maybe got to like 150, and I thought like, this is doable.
Dude, yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And like I was telling Kyle, like I have Burning Rangers, and I got an amazing deal on Burning Rangers because a number of years ago, a fan actually sent me the disc of Burning Rangers just for free, just sent it to me. And then so I was like, well, it's loose, but I looked online. One guy was selling the manual and the artwork for $75. So I was like, well, you combine that with a case and the disc, I have a complete copy for $75 now. So it seemed like it was plausible. And I got the Panzer Dragoon games, like a lot. I buy it now, all 3 of them, including Saga, for $80. And I was like, dude, I've got this.
Yep. Nice, man.
No, I don't really have this. Not anymore. No, it hit the wall hard. And it stalled there because after that I never
not anymore. Yeah,
because then you started going to conventions and you'd see the obvious heavy hitters and
they're just exactly.
They're just what they are.
You know what's funny? One of my friends at PRG, well, he got some heavy hitters at the PRG show, and he actually completed a Sega Saturn collection.
Really?
He completed it like a month ago.
Good for him.
But now he's selling it all. He said he's done. Yeah,
he gets it and immediately unloads it.
Just about, man.
There's there's a lot of people who do that too. But I mean, no knocking them. That's you had your fun, you got your collection fixed, and you're like, now it's just useless plastic. I get it. We got a donation from Joshua Finzi who says he's got a question for Reggie. Go for it.
I just bought Tales of Exilia. How do you rank this game compared to the rest of the franchise? It looks good for the late PS3 game. I really enjoyed Ys 8 on Switch, so I'm looking for more action JRPGs in the same vein.
Thank you, Joshua Finzi.
Thanks, man. Tales of Exilia is probably my second favorite Tales game, despite what some people say of it. One of my friends, Kelsey, she doesn't even like that one. I'm trying to get her to play it, but...
Really? Mm-hmm. They know who Kelsey is.
Oh, they know Kelsey, okay.
She's a buddy of mine, too.
So she, I'm trying to get her to play, but it's one of my favorites. It's definitely, I feel it's a step up in the franchise. Very heartwarming. Character development is good. The battle system is good, even though some people Yeah, you have to get used to it from the other games because you do like tag team moves and things like that. But I think it's one of the high points in the series. And it's definitely my second favorite game. You want to know what my first favorite game is? Everybody's going to laugh at me about this, but it's Tales of Legendia for PS2 because it's like it was the first Tales game I really played, and it's really heartwarming. And the
You
music
take control.
in
I'm
it is
going to get my
fantastic.
coffee.
Cool. Coffee break. There we go. So yeah, please.
Oh, that's yours. Okay.
That one's one. Oh, that one's one. That's cool.
You guys know me. I need to have coffee.
So Tales of Legendia is my favorite. Xillia is definitely a good game. The sequel to Tales of Xillia is not as good, but it still is a good game if you want to know what the characters are up to, kind of. So yeah, it's cool. Hopefully that answers your question, bro.
Thank you, Joshua. Opinions on diskless Xbox One. Obviously, as someone who hates digital content, I don't want that. Like, I don't. No thanks. You know, I mean, it gives me like PSP Go flashbacks. Now,
Oh,
granted, we live in a different era now. I understand that.
I could believe somebody did
naive, but like, I don't want that. You know, like I just don't. And do we even know if that's officially yet? Has Microsoft even confirmed or denied that?
They haven't said anything, I don't think.
Then, yeah.
But I want to ask you, how far do you think we are to a digital-only era?
I keep thinking that next generation isn't quite it.
No,
I do think that Sony will be physical next time around. I throw out there that the reason Sony is almost guaranteed to be physical is because they are a Japanese company, and Japan really values their physical content. Like really, like magazines and newspapers are super popular there still. And people, especially gamers, always throw out there, "Hey, didn't you know that they moved PlayStation headquarters to America? So that doesn't matter." I'm like, Japan still ultimately Sony's a Japanese company.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like the film studio still operates within the States. It doesn't mean that Sony Japan has no say in what happens.
Yeah, they call the shots.
Like trust me, like they might let them do the controlling, but if they go, all right, we're going digital only, Sony Japan's going to pick up the phone and be like, no, you're not. Like there's no way that that's going to be the case. Microsoft, on the other hand, I could see them doing that, especially if they're pushing the diskless Xbox One. Now, can I certainly say I guarantee it? No, obviously not, and I hope they don't do that. But what I will say is I really hope that they do more a next phase of physical media. Like Blu-rays do not cut it anymore. When your patches are bigger than the entire capacity of a Blu-ray disc, they do not cut it. There's no point in having a disc, and I say that as someone who loves physical media. They do have bigger capacity discs. There's like a 300 gigabyte disc out there. It's like a storage system, but it is possible. Now, will they utilize it? I don't know, and I would hope so.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. If Sony would stay physical and for in Japan, Nintendo would do the same. They all definitely.
Well, let me put it this way: Sony won't change until Nintendo does. Nintendo always leads the way, and then Sony just follows.
Here's a good question: will you still play Shenmue 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, even though it's been remastered again? Like,
only if I felt like nostalgic to do it.
This nostalgia, okay.
Because
which we all get here.
Yeah, of course. Now, to tell you the truth, now that it's been patched and the patches are finally public, I will play the Dreamcast, or sorry, the Xbox One or PS4 versions instead of the Dreamcast.
What did the patches do?
There was I hate modern gaming. so there's, as you guys know, because you see these patches constantly, games are never quite finished. Shenmue obviously is an old game, but its source code was a nightmare to work with, like an absolute nightmare, because it was so unique. It was built specifically for the Dreamcast, and it was just it was built from the ground up, and it was very weird. So I can't tell you all the details of this stuff, but suffice it to say, they were working on it for a very long time to get it to run, and it just wasn't quite ready to go. But it came out when it came out. So the patches came out to fix those things. And what's unfortunate for me is that I did get to play it when it was patched, like months before it came out. But the problem with patches is you'll notice if you go back and look at the PC versions, PC version got patched like immediately. And the reason for that is because PC doesn't have any weird restrictions. You can just patch stuff. Whereas when patches are submitted through consoles, like through PlayStation Network or Nintendo or Microsoft, they have to get approvals to make sure there's no exploit that can brick an Xbox or hack a PlayStation in that update. So that kind of red tape takes much longer than they like.
Okay.
So point is, they fixed a whole bunch of bugs and things that were in the game, and it's the way to go now.
I wonder if they're going to do a transfer like after you beat Shenmue 2.
Their official position is no.
No. Okay.
And the reason I think it's no is because I don't think there was enough cooperation between the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that Shenmue 3... So Shenmue 2, when you finish it, does allow you to complete your save. Mm-hmm. And theoretically, if Shenmue 3 wanted to absorb it, it could, but Shenmue 3 would have to have been built with that in mind. I can't imagine that there's enough development time left to go back and go, well, shit, we should do that. I can't imagine that they're going to do it.
Carlos asked, what do you think is the worst Sonic game of all time? And that's that.
All time?
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody throws out Sonic 06 like it's a definitive answer. It's bad because it's like a bad mainstream one. But if you really sit there and think about a lot of the Sonic games you never think about are unplayable, like Sonic Jam on fucking Tiger.com, stuff like that. Nobody's playing that. At least Sonic 06 people play on streams for comedy. Yeah. Nobody's playing Sonic Jam on Sega.com or say fucking Tiger.com or Tiger.com as people remember it. Stuff like that. The weird offshoots that absolutely no one remembers. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sonic Jam for Tiger.com.
Okay.
Tiger.com, whatever. Fuck.
Me personally, I have to say Sonic Generations for the DS. No, never mind.
Really?
No, I take that back. It's Sonic Rush for the DS. I do not like that game. Sonic Rush Adventure.
There was a lot of weird ones that I know I never would play, like Sonic and the Black Knight. Some of the RPG ones and things like that. Sonic went through a bad phase in the early aughts, man.
Yeah, he did. That reminds me of that movie Black Knight with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I know. What did that say about a generation that when you hear Black Knight, you go, right, Martin Lawrence? What? That shouldn't have that effect.
Dude, that was so
but I thought the same damn thing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Thoughts on Sacramento? Have you been there before? Yes, this is my third time this year. I like Sacramento. It's fun. I always get to hang out with Kyle. Kyle's an awesome dude.
Yep. Let's see. Someone said Sonic 06 is being remade. No way. They're done with that. That source code is done. They tossed it.
Yeah. That one got intentionally lost. You know what I'm saying?
Adam, would you watch a Shenmue anime?
No. Simple answer.
He said no with a quickness. He's like,
no.
nope.
I don't even have to think about that one.
Okay, let's see. Oh, gosh. I'm glad I didn't read that one. Let's see what else.
How do you know what it said?
Oh, read it out loud.
Yeah, always be careful. Did I get an FM Town Smarty? No, I have not got an FM Town Smarty.
Dude,
it's one of my all-time hunts.
Why did it go up so high? I remember those things were. Well, I saw them on Craigslist.
I'm never gonna try and buy one online. The only way I'm ever gonna get one of those is if I find it in a junk store in Japan. It's the only way. And I've never seen one for sale in that country.
I wonder why they went up so bad. I mean,
somebody talked about it. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only thing that's super interesting about it from a historical perspective, it is the first. Well, I can't speak all of a sudden. It's the first 5th generation game console. That's the only thing it has going for it.
Here's a funny question, and we talked about this earlier. Favorite Mass Effect game?
Oh yeah, this is all you.
This is all me. It's actually, you guys are gonna laugh, but it's actually Mass Effect 3. Especially, with the extended ending, of course. I like Mass Effect 3 the best, but. I don't want to go too much into it, though, because we got a donation here.
Thank you for that. Ty Lord Stevenson says, Adam, happy birthday. Thank you. Shenmue on Switch? Anything's possible, man. If you want Shenmue to continue, all you got to do is buy it, dude. Always vote with your wallet. That goes true of not just Shenmue, but anything. You vote with your wallet. That, even for things you hate. You hate microtransactions in games. You hate that kind of stuff. Don't support it. Vote with your wallet. It's the strongest vote you got. Yep. So Shenmue on Switch. Buy Switches. Buy Shenmue. There you go. If enough of that connects, you'll get Shenmue on Switch.
Let's see what else we got here. Has eBay gotten ridiculous in the past couple of years? Hasn't it always been ridiculous, kind of?
It depends on what you're looking for, like anything.
When it comes to video games?
Actually, to be honest with you, the last year or so, eBay has been kind of cool as a company, because they'll keep dropping these 10, 20, 15% off coupons every once in a while that apply to the entire website. Yeah. I love those. But when it comes to the actual market of video games, I think we're kind of starting to hit the wall on retro games. I think there's starting to be a big crash coming up, because I'm finding a lot of people don't collect it as much. A lot of people are getting out.
Yeah, I'm seeing it a lot.
Yeah, so Mega Grizzly Bear super chats. Hi Adam, hope you're having a great day. Happy birthday. I wanted to give you $5 last year, but I couldn't, so here's 10. Thank you for that.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks for making my favorite content on YouTube. Love you and the Discord. Thank you.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I just opened up a Discord. It's completely free to join. There should be a link in the description, unless I fucked up. But yeah, it's active server. It's got a whole community of people in there. It doesn't cost a damn thing. Just go on in and hang out.
Yeah, real fun and easy to use too.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you very much, Mega Grizzly Bears.
Let's see here. Adam, what are your thoughts on the Spiral Trilogy?
I haven't. I assume he's talking about the re-release.
Yeah.
As opposed to the original, because the original, I played the first one. I know I played the first one back in the day, and I liked it a lot. Although oddly, I don't own any of those games. I don't know why. I should. I know that.
This is gonna be funny. I never even played a Spiral game myself, so I'm like,
The new one, I as soon as I found out that like it was like a game where like only a little bit was on there, and then the majority of it was down, I'm like, what the hell's the point?
That's what I was gonna go to ask you about, because it's weird. Like, you know, a Blu-ray disc holds around 50 gigs of data, so why would they have all this DLC on there? Like, it's weird. Like,
well, okay, so a Blu-ray can hold up to, I think it's like 45 in like practical use.
Okay.
But even so, yeah, that game should fit on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But no.
I don't know why. What's going on with that? That seems like a waste of space.
Malik Super Chat says, Bear wishes to you on this day, sir. Thank you for the content over the years. Have a good one. Thank you, Malik.
There you go. Cool.
Somebody says I did not post the link to the Discord. Give me a second. I will
post it right now.
I will fix that as quickly as I can. So, Reggie, tell him a story or something. Here, find a question you like that you can talk about for a second, and then I'll take care of my own failures.
All right, so
let's see here. Oh, damn it. I like this question because I can answer this. Okay, I'll do this quick. How expensive is Castlevania Rondo of Blood for PC Engine in Japanese stores? So that's a dangerous one. I have a buddy who I have shopped with over there, not Fox, funny enough, another dude, and he told me, he's like, be very careful when you look for this game over here, because he's like, most of the time, they're fakes. They're pirated. And he's like, what you actually want is you want to look for one that's not in good condition, because that's the only ones that are going to be real. He's like, you want ones where it's supposed to be a white case, but it looks kind of like coffee stained almost, like it's because it's been there for a long time. You know that one's real. Okay. It's like if it's pristine and clean, it's a fake.
It's a fake. Okay.
And when it comes to the sale point, I've seen them for like $200 and like $100 and anywhere in between.
Okay.
I'll fix the Discord thing. We need Reggie. Somebody give Reggie a good question. You guys have to give him a good question so that he can cover my ass.
Unless you guys want me to talk about Mass Effect.
Oh, there you go. That's a perfect you question.
What's one favorite survival horror game on current consoles?
Right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah. That's a perfect question.
There you go. You go for it. You go for it.
So right now, my favorite survival horror game it's funny too. It's actually a digital game. Hopefully, it gets a physical release. It's actually Remothered. I've been following Remothered for around almost 10 years now. Since they started working on it, and it was actually going to be released as a spiritual successor to Clock Tower series. If you ever played the Clock Tower series, it went through 3 changes, and it ended up being a whole different game. And it's a really good survival horror game. It's available on the PSN and Xbox 360 and of course Steam. Definitely the type of survival horror I'm into, because it reminds me a lot of Hunting Ground. And Hunting Ground, that game is really one of the best survival horror games I've played. Just because the way it's played, like your villains are actually actively looking for you in the game, like walking around. Plus timed events as well. Remothered has the same thing, and I played it live on my channel, and I actually got scared. I jumped a couple times, and usually it's hard to scare me, but I actually jumped quite a few times. So Remothered is probably my favorite survival horror game, at least this generation so far.
Unbelievably good coverage, man. Unbelievably good. Perfect timing. Yeah. So if you refresh the page now, everybody, the Discord link is in there. Feel free to join up at any time. Again, it's completely free. When are you going to have a Fairchild Channel F? That'd be nice. No current plans. Fox, you're in the chat. We saw one, didn't we? Or am I misremembering that? I thought we saw one somewhere in Japan. Dude, Steele's father is Fox.
Yeah, the Fox.
Yeah, so
he's still wearing the same hat.
Yeah, he's always wearing that hat. He loves that hat. So yeah, if you guys know my videos, obviously I mention Fox a lot for these pickups. That's him, Steele's father. You guys can ask him questions and watch him bail. No, stay around Fox. Yeah, he and I go around to all these Japanese stores, man, and we just crush it with finding cool shit. Red Calc Z Super Chat says, hey Adam, sorry I haven't been active on the Discord server, but I'll try to be. And I got a question for both you and Reggie. What are some must-have Japanese PS2 games? It's a tough one. First of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, it's okay you haven't been active on the Discord. I mean, it's a Discord. You feel free to pop in or don't. Whatever you guys want to do. Must have PS2 games for Japan.
I'll start while you're thinking.
Yeah, you're way better at the. I can tell you which ones to collect, but like which ones are actually like.
One of my favorites, of course, I'm going with Survival Horror, and me and my buddy Kyle actually got it. It is Michigan Report from Hell. It's a survival horror game.
You have the PAL version, don't you?
I have the PAL version. I was lucky enough to get that one.
That's
Japanese though. But
I'm cheating the question though.
It's a Japanese game too, though.
Yeah, but you would play the PAL version, right?
Yeah.
See,
definitely.
you got to. Yeah, that's the hard part.
I got to choose the Japanese one.
Oh, there's a. Okay, if you guys like shoot 'em ups,
I found one.
I got an idea. If you like shoot 'em ups, you guys remember the game Chaos Field?
Yes.
Okay, there is a Japanese PS2 sequel to that.
That's a sequel? I thought it was a remake. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, cool. It's the same generation.
Okay.
So there is and somebody sent it to me a while back. I want to say Daniel Blazeblur, if you're watching. I think he sent it to me like 4 or 5 years ago. But it's a sequel to that, and it was like Chaos Field Expansion or something. Expanse, yeah. Some weird name like that. It's vague or something like that. But yeah, he sent me a bunch of cool Japanese PS2 games. That's the one that comes to mind off the top of my head.
Chain Dive.
Here's a game.
Chain Lightning?
Chain Dive.
Chain Dive.
Oh, Chain Dive. That's
Kyle goes in and Kyle with the tag.
He helped us out. Chain Dive is another one, and it actually was going to be released in America. It's actually on a PS2 demo disc, the American version, if you can find that demo disc. And also a Japanese game that nobody knows about. It's a really good fighting game. It's called Spectacle versus Generation. It's a 2D fighting game that is really good that nobody knows about, and it's very cheap. It's like $10-15 maybe at the most.
You know one that I like, and I showed it to Kyle, although I showed him the GameCube version, is Dream TV Fighters Mega Mix, yes. Which is a GameCube and PS2 game that is essentially Smash Brothers that only Japan got. And it's got characters you know. It's got Barbie, it's got Bomberman,
Optimus Prime,
Optimus Prime, Megatron, Solid Snake, like a whole bunch of random characters you're very familiar with, plus some that you probably aren't. And Bloody Roar characters from that all in this one game that only came out in Japan. It's basically Smash Brothers with totally different characters. Mm-hmm. Available on PS2 and Game. I recommend the GameCube version, but you can get it on either one of those platforms. So thank you very much for that. And we got another super chat here from CTG85 who says, "Happy birthday, Adam. Hope you're having a good day." I am. I woke up, got on my flight from Chicago here in Sacramento right now for the convention. They knew it was my birthday on the plane. So
first class?
No, I didn't get first class. I was close because I fly so much that I was like this close for an upgrade. If one person in first class didn't show up, it would have been mine. Gotcha. Free upgrade. But the woman came up to me and she was like, "You were sitting there, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, you're entitled because it's your birthday. You're entitled." I'm like, "You get birthday benefits on a flight?" I had no idea. It's the first time I flew on my birthday. And she's like, "Yeah, I can give you some free like food and stuff." And I was just like, "Nah." I passed on it. And the only reason I passed on it is because it was like this weird juxtaposition. I was sitting next to this woman who right before the flight had this big public argument with them about her bag because she had paid to put her bag through, and that was in somewhere in like the East Coast. I want to say Maine. And then, like, they wanted her to charge her again for a different bag. And so she was arguing, and people were taking her side. And it was like, on the one hand, this woman got completely screwed by the airline. And here I am sitting next to her, and they're like, "Do you want a bunch of free shit?" And I was just like, you know what? I feel awful for this woman, and I don't know. Something about that just felt awkward and weird to me. So I just passed on the free food. But when she offered me free coffee, that was more than the normal amount. Because she, you can get the normal cup, and I had my Starbucks cup. She's like, "I can fill up that whole Starbucks cup." I was like, "That I'll take. I'll take that. I'll do that."
You're calling that one, man.
And it was funny because that Starbucks cup was actually free because Starbucks gives you a free drink for your birthday. Mm-hmm. So I went in the terminal. I just walked over and I redeemed that. So I was like, "Man, free coffee left and right."
There you go, man.
And so far, again, free coffee. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Let's see here. When do you think the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and Dreamcast all-in-one clone console will happen?
Give it a long time.
Yeah.
Supposedly the Polymega will do Dreamcast, right? That's what I keep hearing.
No.
Not phase one, but ultimately that's the goal. Now, I have a hard time believing that because of the unique nature of Dreamcast discs, but I could believe that it could potentially play, ironically, the burned ones. Okay. Actual legitimate Dreamcast discs, no way. Even PC like ROMs and CD drives can't read those things.
That's the GD-ROM.
Yeah, the GD-ROM. Even like modern computer drives can't read those discs.
Wow.
It's actually ironic. I did a whole video on this. People think the Dreamcast had like the worst copy protection ever because of how easy it was to play burn games. It didn't. It actually had incredibly good protection. The problem was that it had this little exploit. Like it had 3 ways of reading data: GD-ROM data, which is how games were made; CD-ROM data, which was just for music. And then it had this third one that was called MIL-CD, which was just meant for Japanese karaoke discs that wanted to take advantage of Dreamcast
Was
hardware.
that the loophole everybody used?
Yes.
Wow.
So what people did was like, well, wait a minute. I'll take this data, rip it with the Dreamcast drive because you can't rip it on a PC. And then I'll re-encode it and have it play on a MIL CD, and then you just bypass the problem rather than solve it. Wow. I don't know how else to explain it. You're just taking this other track. So to this day, you still can't stick a PC or a Dreamcast disc into a PC and have it do anything other than detect it as a music CD. No. So I can't imagine that the Polymega will be able to play the actual GD-ROMs, but burned versions, I could see it being able to do. Okay. So that only answers part of your question. The other one, I don't think that we're that close to GameCube, PS2, or Xbox. I could see PS2 being doable because, again, it's just very basic DVD media. Xbox a little bit trickier. GameCube would be almost impossible, I would think. Yeah. Because of the way the discs work. They read backwards. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So usually the way discs work is they read from the inside and work their way out. GameCube discs work from the outside and work their way in. And Nintendo was super paranoid with that.
Oh, so they were trying to make sure, okay.
Because you have to remember where they were at that point. That was their first CD-based console.
Yeah.
And at that point, disc-based consoles were getting cracked left and right. And they're like, well, we'll do it completely differently because nobody can burn a mini-disc at the time. So I think GameCube would be too tricky for some sort of pirated clone console like that.
Let's see here. Someone says disc rot sucks. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it does. Just keep your discs in good shape. Don't expose them to too much sunlight. Don't put chemicals in the disc. Even clean the discs. Don't do that.
Stay away from Disc Doctor.
Don't do stuff like that. And keep it out of moist environments. Keep it in cool, dry rooms.
Yep, there you go.
Don't expose it to too much heat. That kind of thing. I overestimate the gap between GameCube and Xbox. What do you mean by that? Does Wii read backwards? It would have to read... I guess maybe it does? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know enough about how the Wii discs actually function. I just remember that being a big deal with the GameCube.
Let's see here.
Any difference between Portuguese and USA coffee? Every time I've been to Portugal and I want a coffee, it's like, okay, and it comes out like this big. Like that. It's like a little shot glass, and it's and the first time I was there, it was brutal because you couldn't find coffee after noon. It was awful. It's better now.
Here's one. Adam, did you hear about the GameCube Homebrew that lets you play Game Boy games at 240p?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that myself. I didn't really look into it, but I know that's a thing now. Hopefully it's some kind of soft mod. Let's see here.
GameCube is far closer to Xbox than it is PS2. But what do you mean by that? Did I say anything to the contrary?
Maybe it means like the 480p thing.
Fox says my invisible post cloak is working great today. What?
That was an encrypted question.
Well, I think we must have missed something he said. Because I think we asked him a question, then he responded, and we didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
That seems like something we would do.
Let's see here.
Is the Atari Jaguar trash? I have a soft spot for that console because I think it didn't get a really fair chance. From a technical perspective, it was capable of playing anything you guys would probably really enjoy. It was just it didn't have enough time to do it. There are some solid titles on there, and from a hardware perspective, again, like one example, like I'm so tired of hearing people say like it's the Jaguar, it can only do RF. It's like, dude, the thing has RGB out. They just never released the cables, but anybody could do that with like a dude made RGB SCART cables for me with that thing using some stock PC parts of like a ribbon cable, and I kid you not, a PS1 memory card. He glued like all this shit together. You plug it into the back of the Jaguar, you get RGB out of it. It looks amazing. The Jaguar is so clean. And, you know, Jaguar CD is cool as a piece of technology. Does the game library suck? Yes.
What do you think about the controller for the system?
See, the controller
Is that where it gets...
the controller gets a terrible rap because everybody who thinks it sucks has never held one.
Okay.
You look at it and it looks dangerous. It looks intimidating. You don't want to play. It looks complicated like a calculator. I always argue that, look, man, you hold it, it's actually pretty comfortable, and then that whole keypad thing that everybody knocks on, I'm like, that's actually a really good idea. So here's what the concept was. You would buy a game, and it would come with like a little cardboard insert, and it would stick into that part. Okay, it would stick in there, and you could just keep it in place. So, like, let's say you were playing a game like Doom or Alien vs. Predator or whatever. Instead of having to press A like a bunch of times to cycle through your weapons, it would have them all listed there, and you just instantly click to whatever weapon you want. That was like the idea. It was just an easy way to get to things faster. So people don't like it because they've never held it. Once you hold it, you go, oh, okay.
Okay, this is
not bad. I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's like great, amazing controller I can't live without or whatever. It's like best controller ever. I'm not saying that shit. It's just, it's not that bad. And it does have some solid games on it. Like, Rayman on there is a great game.
That was actually the first port of it, wasn't it?
It was made for the Jaguar. It
Jaguar.
was ported to PlayStation. It was ported to Saturn.
Okay.
You know? And it actually plays best on Jaguar. At least on the original hardware.
Right.
My Jaguar CD actually works. This is another one of these rumors that needs to die. Everyone thinks that the Jaguar CD is a terrible broken machine because the angry video game nerd couldn't get his to work. That's where that comes from. I'm sorry, but that seems to be where that always comes from. James is a great dude, but that was a very unfortunate disservice he did to that platform. The problem with the Jaguar CD is not that it doesn't work, it's that it's very finicky. And I'll admit that up front. You have to place it in there just so. It needs a clean connection, and then the front part, it actually has a very specific spot about where you have to push it down. Mine has never, even once, had an issue reading a disc.
Really?
Ever. Ironically, my Jaguar CD works better than my Jaguar.
Ah, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Do you think the Sega CD was kind of finicky, too?
No.
No?
Well, which one?
Second model. Well, we know the first one was because that
Model 1 is
pretty, yeah.
Yeah, my Model 1 is clean. I had to do completely go back and remake that thing.
Really?
It's like the quietest, nicest Sega CD you've ever seen. But like the Model 2, that one you could break it. Like if you overloaded it, it would pop a fuse. And most times, if you ever find a Model 2 Sega CD that doesn't work, that there's this shitty little fuse that Sega put in it. It pops from like anything. And that's the only reason you would never know if you replace that, which is an easy like 10-cent fix. Then your Sega CD would be back up and running.
Nice, that's good to know.
So keep that in mind, everybody, because Sega CDs suddenly are getting valuable.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. What is the most powerful console? Were you about to read that one?
Yes, Apple Pippin.
Yeah. We actually just talked about that.
We were talking about today.
Yeah. See,
everyone argues that one. They're like, no, it's N64. No, it's PlayStation. My argument is like, especially with N64, oh, it's got the 64 bits. You know what else had it? The Jaguar. That doesn't mean anything. It's a number. You know what I mean? Like, so my argument, at least if you for some reason don't want to include the Apple Pippin, which is objectively wrong, if you don't want to include that, people say, well, N64. Yeah, but the N64 was limited by cartridges. The PS1, the Saturn, all the other competition could do so many things the N64 could not do. You can't argue the N64 is the most capable when it's limited to all these things that the other consoles didn't have a problem with.
Right.
And vice versa. The N64 was capable of things those consoles couldn't do. But you know what was capable of all these damn things? Was the Apple Pippin. Just nobody owned one.
Dude, man, it's sad that system didn't really get a fair shake.
I'm no lover of Apple stuff. I actually really, I think I have an iPod and I have the Pippin. That's the only two pieces of Apple tech I own. I do not like Apple technology, but I would have been very curious to see what they could have done with that thing had they actually tried.
Sega CD or PC Engine CD.
Ooh. I think I like the Sega CD more, but I would be a fool to say that the PC Engine CD isn't probably the better platform.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one for me. But I would have to go with the PC Engine. One thing about it too is because it's its own system. The Sega CD is not really its own system. It's just an
PC Engine and CD isn't its own system.
Oh, well, I'm thinking about the PC Engine.
You think of you're thinking of PCFX?
Thank you. Well,
yeah.
Not the FX. No, not the FX. The PC. What do you call it? Turbo?
The Turbo Duo?
Yeah, the
Duo.
Well,
that's just a combo of them, right?
Okay, so
isn't it?
It is, but I kind of like look at it as its own system because it was put together. But the Sega CD has one like that too. I think it's
the CDX, the Wonder.
Never mind,
well, there's the CDX, there's the Laser Active, there's the Mega, the XI, the Wonder Mega.
So I can't say
that. It's but Dude, the 90s were fun. There was a whole lot of stupid shit released that you would just never get made now. Oh, man. Why Sega, they're not put Dreamcast DVD player?
They didn't think about it. They didn't have time because by the time they came out with the Sega Dreamcast, they found out the specs for the PS2 and it was too late. They already had everything made.
People forget, especially in the West, that the Dreamcast came out in Japan in 1998, of almost an entire full calendar year before it came out in the West.
Yeah, I was still in high school.
Exactly. I was still in middle school.
Yeah.
And so by the time they were doing R&D on it, it was like 96. You weren't going to stick DVD technology in something that early. The PS2 had an additional year. It's just that year made the difference.
But honestly, though, I mean, Sega had a head start because they had better games than the PS2 when it first came out. The thing that saved the PS2 was the DVD player that people were buying it for because people could play DVDs on this system instead of buying a real expensive DVD player. So that's what helped Sony out at the time. So Sega would have still been in it.
Yep.
They did last in Japan, though, until 2006, so they were still going.
2007.
Oh, 2007, okay.
The last game was a game called Karos, which was a shoot 'em up. Which is, if you don't own it and you like shoot 'em ups, highly recommended. But also, if you're just like a Sega guy, get that game because, little fun fact, Karos is the last game on a Sega platform licensed by Sega ever. That's the last one of all time. This game called Karos
for the Dreamcast,
or Crows as it's called in English, but Karous.
Any Dreamcast games coming from your friend?
I assume it means
Orion, but that could be. I know.
Maybe
Josh.
There
are more Dreamcast games coming, but I know one of them by name, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it, so I'm not going to. But yeah, there's more Dreamcast stuff that's coming.
Yeah, it's still going strong, man. I like that one game that just came out for it. What was it called? Is that one that plays like Snow Brothers? Bang Bang Buster.
Bang Bang Buster.
That one's really cool. Isn't that crazy? That game came out.
It never came out.
It never came out.
It never came out, but it was made back in
96.
96, I think it even says it. I think it says it. So what he's talking about is this company called Tesco made a Neo Geo game called, or was intended to be released for the Neo Geo AES or was it MVS, as well as the Neo Geo C. Are we serious on the Echo thing?
It just started. We're gonna have to suffer through it, guys.
We gotta wrap up, I guess. There's no point in starting a third show.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Then I guess we're just gonna call it here. Sorry.
So we're gonna
wrap up for the night. Thank you so much, everybody who donated and watched tonight. I'm really sorry about the echoes. There's nothing we can do about it. We didn't change a damn thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll do another one of these at some point where this doesn't happen. So see you guys later. And I want to thank, of course, Reggie for being here. Thank you, Kyle, for letting us be here. Thank you guys for watching. And sorry about that.
Now the audio's back. Oh my God, it's going on.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. We're sorry, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Bye.